constituency. Alaj, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. I'm sure you might have heard about this ruling from the Speaker referring the minority leader to the Privileges Committee of Parliament. Did it come to you as a surprise?
Not at all. It didn't come to me as a surprise at all. When Mama Yerga moved his motion to cite Honorable Afenyo-Markin for contempt and provided the facts that supported his motion for the invocation of the relevant standing orders, I thought that if indeed Honorable Afenyo-Markin had brought himself within the matters or facts that were raised by Honorable Mama Yerga, then that was potentially contemptuous of Parliament. And so I'm not surprised that the Speaker had ruled that his actions clearly demonstrate or show a conduct that is an affront to the dignity of Parliament.
There are many of us who say that this is just an issue leadership could have just handled. There was no
leadership cannot handle that issue. The Privileges Committee is one of two committees mentioned in the Constitution. The Privileges Committee, I think, under Article 97(1)(c) or so of the Constitution, where a member of Parliament absents him or herself from Parliament for a number of days without the Speaker's permission and without a reasonable explanation to the Privileges Committee, that person loses his seat in Parliament. So that is an instance where the Constitution says the conduct of a member of Parliament can potentially lead to his expulsion from Parliament upon a recommendation by the Privileges Committee. The second committee is the Finance Committee, where there is under certain situations where a Speaker, the Minister of Finance is looking for a supplementary budget, it is the Finance Committee that has power to determine whether that supplementary budget should be given to the Minister of Finance. So these are two committees, very important committees mentioned in the Constitution. Now, if the people, our representatives in Parliament, mind you, Ghana and its citizens are members of the ECOWAS community. And so we as Ghanaian citizens are citizens of the ECOWAS. Now, ECOWAS establishes a parliament. And we as citizens ought to be represented in the ECOWAS parliament. But we have delegated our right to be represented in the ECOWAS parliament to our members of parliament. Then the members of parliament sit to determine who should represent us in the ECOWAS parliament and resolve the composition of the membership of ECOWAS parliament. Nobody can set himself against the wishes of the people through their representative in parliament. If you do so, you are not only disrespecting the people of this country, you are also disrespecting Parliament as an institution of state and its power to resolve and choose those who should represent it in the ECOWAS Parliament.
There are some members on the minority side who believe that this is an attempt to break their front by referring their leader to the Privileges Committee is a way to weaken their front because they've held government to the fire. They've, criticized government in recent times for its programs and policies. So it's a way to break their front.
Everybody who is in Parliament ought to know the circumstances under which the conduct of a member of Parliament can be a subject matter of referral to the Privileges Committee. As a member of Parliament, the first thing you should apprise yourself with is your conduct. What conduct will be a subject matter of referral to the Privileges Committee? It doesn't matter whether you are the majority leader or the minority leader. It doesn't matter whether you are a whip or you are a chief whip. What is important is that does the conduct exhibited infringe a provision of the standing orders? And if it is answered in the positive, then clearly you have brought yourself within the ambit of the standing orders and the Constitution actually, which will require your conduct to be referred to the Privileges Committee. So it's not about breaking of ranks. That's a red herring. Can anybody in Parliament, can a member of Parliament in Parliament elect himself Ghana without parliamentary approval? That's the question. And I think that the answer is no. Do members of parliament have a responsibility, indeed a duty, to respect the resolutions of parliament? The answer is affirmative, yes. So if a minority leader who has a duty by reason of his status in parliament to support the speaker to maintain order and discipline in the house exhibits a conduct that is contrary, that runs counter to his status as a minority leader and to this, and violates or infringes the provisions of the standing orders, nothing prevents any member of parliament from raising that conduct and requesting that that conduct, that person, member of parliament, be referred to the privileges committee. And all members of parliament must know that.
Alaj, what worse can happen?
Well, the privileges committee will sit on the matter. They will take the explanation of the subject member whose conduct is the subject matter of investigations at the committee level. And if they are satisfied with the examination, the explanation given by the member, they will exonerate him. So they will recommend that they are satisfied with the explanation given and that in their view, he ought to be exonerated from any sanctions. If they think that the conduct of the member of parliament is an affront to the dignity of parliament, they will say so and recommend the appropriate sanctions, which can range from a reprimand to a suspension to an expulsion.
Can a minority leader be suspended or expelled from parliament?
Yes. A minority leader, first of all, is a member of parliament. If you ask whether a minority leader can be suspended, I will escalate it to say that a minority leader can even be expelled from parliament under Article 97(1)(c). If that minority leader absents himself from parliament for a number of days without the speaker's permission and without any reasonable explanation to the privileges committee. It's stated there, it's a constitutional provision. So the minority leader is not immune. Indeed, no leader, whether from the majority or from the minority, is immune from expulsion from parliament, if you read Article 97 carefully.
Alaj, you've been in parliament for a while and you have a lot of parliamentary experience. Has it ever happened that a leader has been referred to the privileges committee?
No leader has ever brought himself within any conduct that will necessitate the referral of such a leader to the privileges committee.
So this will be the first time?
This will be the first time. I've never seen a leader bring himself within or willfully disregard the resolution of parliament. I've never seen that. While I was there, actually.
Alaj, I'll say a big thank you for your time. Alaj Inusah Fuseini is a former member of parliament for the Tamale Central constituency. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. A few of your WhatsApp messages. Abi National